Hi everyone, I'm Lily Gypsy Child. Let's go have a journey, shall we?
The drive into Pagosa Springs is quite spectacular, so I thought I'd share that with you. Home to the deepest hot spring aquifer in the world, Pagosa Springs was a popular destination for local Native Americans before it developed into a white settlement in the 1870s. The area supported a thriving lumber industry in the early 20th century. Now it survives on tourism to the hot springs, nearby Wolf Creek ski area, the San Juan National Forest, and the Wyoming Wilderness. In 1873, the Brunot Agreement opened the San Juan Mountains to mining and white settlement. People began to settle around the springs, which lay along an important route to the San Juan mining camps. The narrow gauge railroad line arrived in 1900, allowing the region's timber industry to take off. The boom lasted until the mid-1910s. When all the easy-to-reach trees were exhausted, the two big lumber companies closed down. Without the big shipments of the boom years, the railroad line could not last. Service stopped to Pagosa Springs in the 1930s. In August of 1916, the Colorado Highway Department completed a road over the Continental Divide at Wolf Creek Pass, opening up a relatively easy route to Pagosa Springs from the San Luis Valley. About 1,000 people and 250 cars attended the opening celebration where free coffee and elk meat were served. By the 1950s, automobile tourism had increased to the point that new motels were built in town to accommodate driving visitors. In an upcoming video, we'll take that ride over Wolf Creek Pass and the Continental Divide. It is some kind of beautiful. And for some more recent history, in the 1980s, Pagosa Springs developed a geothermal heating system, which uses hot water from the springs to heat some of the town's buildings. The system, which was completed in 1982, cost about $1.4 million and funded by the Pagosa Springs, Archuleta County, and the Department of Energy. After paying back the Department of Energy funds over 3 years, Pagosa Springs became full owner of the system. The system has an annual operating budget of $40,000 and heats 15 buildings, including Town Hall, Elementary School, Junior High School, and Senior High. Today, the hot springs attracts 175,000 visitors annually. Pagosa Springs has also become a popular place to stay for skiers of the nearby Wolf Creek ski area and hikers headed to the San Juan National Forest. That's where we're going next. Hang on. Okay, it's time to go find that camping spot out in the forest. Wonder who we'll run into. Hope it's not a bear. But I do hope you're enjoying the journey as much as I am.